Alright, continuing on with Lucio Fulci's Gates of Hell trilogy with 1981 to the Beyond, which I said in my video last for City of the Living Dead. This is by far my favorite Fulci film, like without a doubt. City of the Living Dead comes close, like it's a close second for me, but this film just is masterful to me. The way that it's shot, every shot in this movie, every scene, every sequence, all the camera work, the gore effects are fantastic in this movie. They are in most Fulci films, but just something about the atmosphere that this film has mixed with the gore effects just amplifies it in a way for me. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but just the gore effects in this movie are so well done and look so good and look so unnerving and disturbing. And then the score in this movie too, like I said in City of the Living Dead as my favorite score in the Fulci film, it does, and a lot of it has to do with the ending theme score and stuff, like in the last 15 minutes, which I think is phenomenal. But I feel like the score in this movie is implemented a lot better throughout the film, if that makes sense. Like, it adds a lot more to the scenes that it's used in, especially like the piano motif and everything. And then how it'll switch to another scene and it'll be the same motif but like on synthesizers, and then switch back to the piano, and like, so good, and it adds so much to each scene. Such great score in this movie. So we open up with the whole voiceover of the book of Emily, talking about the Book of Avon and that it's been passed down, handed down over 4,000 years. And they mention like the year 1899, so like 1900s pretty much, which is the 20th century for some of you out there. And 1927, that whole opening sequence is amazing. Like, shot in that whole sepia filter and everything. And the lynch mob coming for, the hell's his name? Shriek or Shrek? Shrek. We'll go with Shrek. That sounds good. I don't know how to pronounce his fucking name. Shrek. So they come, the lynch mob comes looking for Shrek and takes him. That's so stupid. And they take him out of room 36 and they bring him down to the basement of the hotel, and just like the whippings, man, that they give this guy. And just every time he gets whipped and the flesh gets ripped out of his skin, oh, it looks so good. And then his hand, the nails through his wrists when they're nailing him to the wall. Then they throw the shit on his face, whatever acid, whatever it is, and his face is melting. And oh, it looks so good, man. What an opening sequence. That's how you start a fucking movie. With a sequence like that. It looks so fucking awesome with the gore effects and everything. And just the whole sepia filter and stuff. The way that, like, it makes it feel like it sets the atmosphere for this movie so well. And, like, it just makes it feel so, like, gothic in a way. Just like it has that whole gothic supernatural atmosphere to it, which plays into this whole movie. Just, I can't say really bad things about this movie. Like, I absolutely adore The Beyond. Like, this is, like I said, my favorite Fulci movie. And probably, and for sure, my top 10 favorite horror films of all time. Maybe top 5. I'd have to think about it and make a whole list and shit, which I'm not big on lists. But definitely in the top 10. Like, absolutely. This movie is a masterpiece to me. So well done in every way. So then we cut to Louisiana in 1981. We have Liza, our main character, who moves from New York City to Louisiana to work on this hotel that she inherited. And the shot that we get, the whole scene with the contractors working on the scaffolding, and one of them looks in the window and they see Emily's eyes, the white eyes with the blind eyes and stuff, reflection and stuff, and he gets so scared he falls off the scaffolding and like fucks his face up like bad. Such a great shot. Like, just the whole look of Emily in this movie and the other characters, like when they have the blind eyes and like the white eyes and everything, looks so creepy and looks so effective. And like I said in my Evil Dead video, like they used like those old school contacts back then that you couldn't see shit. And they weren't like soft little contacts that you can just plop in. Like, you had to use like an applicator to like put them in, and you were basically blind. Like, I think I read that the actress who plays Jill, the young redhead in this, had to have like a crew member like help her around the set because she couldn't see anything. Like, she couldn't see where she was moving or going or anything. So, and you can see it. Like, it adds so much to like the blindness of them. Like, you can like just feel that they're blind just from watching the movie. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. It's so well done. It's so effective, and it's creepy as shit. Like, just the whole look of Emily in this movie, so well done. Like, she looks so awesome. All the shots of her. Martha is one creepy bitch, huh? Like, she is one creepy woman. And Arthur, too, is a creepy dick. Fucking both of them are just such weird characters. And then Liza mentions, like, later on that, like, she can't get rid of them. They came with the hotel. The fuck does that even mean? They came with the hotel? When I don't know, when has anybody ever bought a fucking property of any kind that came with two people? Never. That's the answer. You can't get rid of them. They came with the hotel. Kick their asses out, go into town, and hire two other people, preferably less creepy fucking people, to work at the hotel for you and help out. Seems like common sense and, logic to me, but, we need our creepy side characters here to add to the feel of the movie, so. But no complaints, because the hotel takes care of them eventually, so. And why is Arthur so fucking sweaty when he's looking for the keys in Liza's room? Like, she walks in and she's like, "What are you doing in here?" And he's like, "I'm just looking for keys." He's so sweaty. Why? Like, he was jerking off in that room, right? Like, am I the only one who thought of that? He was jerking off in that room. Because there's no way that he was fucking just looking for keys and he's that sweaty. Like, never. Like, I've never looked for a set of keys and broke a sweat, really. Unless it was like 110 degrees out, which it does not get here in New York very often. Like, hardly at all. So, I don't know what that was all about. But I'm overanalyzing like always. But this is what you get on this channel. Is just overanalyzing and just picking out shit that no one else would fucking notice or care about. But you're welcome. So, the whole scene with Joe in the basement, fixing up the basement and stuff, and then the hand comes out of the wall and just gouges his eye out in classic Fulci fashion, is so good. It looks so awesome with that eye gag and stuff that is used a few times in this movie and is just a trademark of Fulci, as we all know. So good. The whole scene with the bridge when Liza first meets Emily and the dog, like the long shots of the bridge and everything that the car's driving on, and then you see from Emily's point of view the car coming towards her, and then the piano motif melody that starts playing, and then awesome, like so well shot, such a great scene. Love that. Then Martha finds Joe's body with the blood oozing out of his mouth and everything, and she's not fazed at all by this. Like, there is like no reaction from her seeing Joe's body like that. Then she looks over and she sees that like gotta be like a 50-year-old or so skeleton laying in like the dirty water, and that's what gets a reaction out of her. Like, not the freshly deceased fucking person who had his eye ripped out and it's oozing blood everywhere gets no reaction at all, but the skeleton laying in the water, that's what like freaks her out and pushes her over the edge. I don't know, fucking there's so many things in Fulci movies that just, I don't know, like, I don't know what this means, I don't know why they did this, and it doesn't fucking matter because it's Fulci and it's the Beyond and it's a fucking masterpiece. So it does not matter at all. That sign going into the morgue says "Do not entry." Doesn't say "Do not enter." Doesn't say "No entry." Do not entry. I don't know what that's about. And again, you're welcome, because I'm sure not many people noticed that. I'm sure it was just some fucking misspelled sign that they took from Italy or something like that, a mistranslation, and just threw it up on the set and said, "All right, nobody's gonna notice that." I fucking noticed it. I notice it every time I watch this movie. Do not entry. So make sure you go to this morgue, you do not entry or you will die from the zombies inside. And they need to fucking WD-40 that stretcher. Like when Jill's waiting outside and the guy's pushing the stretcher, it is the loudest stretcher. Like it's screeching. It's fucking the loudest thing ever. And yeah, it adds a little bit to like the creepiness of the whole movie and the scene especially and stuff, but practice your fucking uptake on your hospital equipment, man. Get some WD-40. Fucking grease those fucking wheels because it's fucking screeching. It's annoying to listen to for the few seconds we hear it. The acid that pours on Jill's mother's face when she's in the morgue and everything looks so awesome. Just the way that it tips over and falls on her face and then her face starts melting away and oh, it looks so good, man. The gore, I can't say enough about the gore effects in this. And then before that, how did she get Joe fully dressed in a fucking suit and everything? That makes no sense. Like they show her trying to lift his body up just to put the shirt on and she can't even lift his body. And then they show her like with scissors cutting like his shirt, like she's gonna like wrap it around him or something. And then like the next time we see his body, he's fully dressed with the shirt underneath, with the suit all properly put on him and everything, and it looks like he's been completely dressed, not like a makeshift dress or anything like she's trying to show that she was doing with the scissors cutting it. No, he's like in a full-on fucking tux and he looks gorgeous. Fucking like no way, like fucking ridiculous. But who knows? Maybe supernatural stuff at play, like in a lot of this movie. And just like yeah, with the whole and also when like the acid like starts moving away from the mother and stuff on the ground, like the acid blood mixture, and Jill's looking down at it and like she's in shock and like it's just like moving towards her and stuff. So well shot, dude. That whole scene in the morgue is so awesome, so well shot, so well done. The gore is fantastic, like I keep saying, this whole movie. Let's see. And then Jill's eyes turn white after like the parents' funeral, and the fucking priest, man, like he really rubs shit in, like like he's saying about like and pray for Jill and stuff, for she's alone now in this world, a helpless child, like like really rubbing that shit in. Like you might as well say like helpless child who has no chance at life anymore and should just give up now because like I don't know, that's the way I was laughing at it. I was just like, man, he's really rubbing it in here. He's like, you couldn't just say like and pray for Jill, like daughter of the deceased, and like pray that she finds strength or something like that. You have to throw in like a helpless child, like alone in the world, like I don't know, it just felt like some cruel shit to be saying to her. But then she gets the white eyes. Why? Beats me. I have no fucking idea, but it's a creepy shot. It looks cool. She's possessed now or something, I guess. Like, there's no explanation. Doesn't need to be, but I have no idea. Interpretations, answers, leave them in the comments. I have no clue. And then I know it's because, and I'm overanalyzing like I always do, but and it adds to the creepiness and atmosphere of the movie and everything, with them walking into the basement with the fucking candle torches and stuff like that. It's 1981. Buy a fucking flashlight. Really? Like, come on. Flashlights have been around like since the turn of the 20th century. Like, not the way we know them and stuff, but by 1981 there were flashlights. Like, you can't get a fucking flashlight to go down in that creepy ass basement where 2 people have died already. Like, really? Like, I know it adds to the atmosphere and stuff, but could it have killed them to use a flashlight so they can see better? I don't know. Just another nitpick. Shrek, whatever the fuck. He was killed in the basement, not in his room, not in room 36. I noticed that. I mean, Emily is giving the whole backstory while she's looking at the painting that he painted and everything, and telling Liza and stuff, and said that he was murdered in this room. He wasn't, though. He lived in the room, but they took him out and killed him in the basement. So I don't get that. He wasn't killed in room 36, like at all. He was brought into the basement and fucking nailed to the fucking wall and the shit all over his face, and so I don't get what that means. Fucking, he was not killed in that room, so that's for damn sure. So I don't know if that was an oversight or something, but Maybe she meant to say he lived in that room and then he was killed, or I don't know. Again, doesn't need to make sense. And then we get that cool shot of the corpse nailed to the wall that Eliza sees, which again, like, implies that he was killed in that room. Which, like I just said, he was not. He was not killed in that room. He was killed in the basement. So wouldn't it make more sense for her to see that vision of him nailed to the basement wall? I don't know. Again, if you got answers, leave them, because I sure as shit don't have answers. So that bookstore owner is creepy as fuck, right? Like, there's so many creepy fucking characters in this movie, like, just to be creepy. Like, that is one, like, weird ass bookstore owner. When she goes in and sees the Book of Avon and everything. I don't know, just another observation. A cool little thing I noticed, and I don't know if this was on purpose, possibly was, but when the guy goes to the whatever the fuck, and he tries looking in the library, and he tries, or the city records, whatever it was, and he's looking for the book, and it's M13012. If you add the numbers up, it equals 7, which is the 7 gates of hell. I don't know if that was intended, but whenever I see numbers in a movie, especially after when 1408 came out, Stephen King's 1408, and everything added up to, 13, the unlucky number 13, just something about that movie made me start doing that in every other movie I watch. Like, anytime there's numbers and stuff like that, and if there's like a prevalent number like relating to the story, then I'll like try to fuck with the numbers and add them up or multiply them, or like see if they equal something. And I noticed that, and I add them up, and it equals 7, and there's 7 gates of hell. So was that intended? Maybe, possibly, but I noticed it. And if it wasn't intended, it's a cool little happy accident. And then we get the whole spider scene, man, with the music playing, and just, I love that music so much. The same one from the beginning scene, with just like the strings and stuff, or then the bass with the so sick, man. Everyone who's seen my channel knows I'm a musician for 20 years, 20 plus years now. But I love the bass playing in that score. Like, it's so fucking good. Then they start biting his face apart and fucking ripping his fucking tongue out of his mouth and his nose, and just completely eating the shit out of this person's face. Why? For what reason this scene exists? I don't know. Like, it's anybody's fucking guess. Like, it's an amazing scene. It looks awesome. But why? Why? I have no idea. So, another thing, if anyone knows, leave it, let me know, because that is just a random ass scene, just like thrown in the movie. But it's fucking awesome, so it doesn't really matter. Why would a hotel room, and there's another thing I noticed, what hotel room door have you ever seen that has the number of the room on the inside of the door as well as on the outside? I've never seen that. I ran and managed a hotel in upstate New York for like 2 plus years. So I know a little bit about hotels. Never seen a hotel door with the number on the inside. Because when you see, I forget who goes into it. I think, is it Martha? Yeah, when Martha, I'm pretty sure it's Martha, when she goes into room 36, there's a 36 number on the inside of the door and on the outside, which is just weird. Like, you know what room you're in. Like, you go stay in a hotel, it's like, all right, we're in room 36. And then you go into 36 and that's your room. Do you really need a reminder, like, on the inside of the door? Like, this is the room we're in room 36. Honey, what room is it? No, just check the door right there. That was just another fucking observation that you could thank me for if you never noticed, because there's definitely a number 36 on both sides of the door. So I don't know if they use that, like, to take like a shot of the door from the inside, so they had to put numbers on it to look like the outside of the door. Like, that's a possibility, but I noticed it. And then Joe's body rising out from the tub, and this is why you never stick your hand in disgusting ass looking murky water in a bathtub, because Joe will come out and fucking kill you. That's why. And he pushes Martha onto the nail, and I was saying this in City of the Living Dead, and just the way that Fulci films his death scenes is just fucking amazing. Just the tension that he creates by just slowly having it like unfold in front of your eyes. It's not like a quick, like I mentioned in the last video. It's not like if Jason just, if this was like a Friday the 13th movie or Michael Myers movie or any slasher film from the 80s, like he would just take her fucking head and just smash it onto the hook on the wall and her eye would pop out. No, like it's not how Fulci does shit. He fucking, like, you just see her reaction and stuff being pushed towards the hook, and then you see a shot of the hook, and then you see her back of her head getting closer, and then you see a shot of the hook again, and just like the way that he prolongates that until like you're just begging for it to happen, until you're just like, come on already, just fucking do it. And then if finally you get that release and stuff, when you finally get the kill and like her eye fucking just pops out of her head and stuff, looks so awesome. And just the way that he shoots scenes like that is masterful. Like, absolutely so good. Apparently anybody can just walk into a morgue in 1980s Louisiana unsupervised, because it happens a few times in this movie that there is nobody there working there or anything, and just people just walk in and out. I mean, like Jill and the mom and stuff, nobody's around. Like, and then the other guy, I forget his name, when he just walks in, no one, you can just walk into a fucking morgue apparently, and there's no security or anything like that. And this is 1981 in Louisiana, and I don't know, just another little thing. Then Sheik or Shrek or whatever, and the other corpses, that whole scene with Emily and the dog, and Emily's getting, like, looking around and can't see anything obviously, and she hears Shrek. That's so stupid. And there are other corpses and everything, the zombies like moving around, and then she has the dog go attack them, and he does. Then he comes back to her after they're gone, and then he just rips her throat out, dude. And then fucking bites her ear off, and just, you see the ear tearing off and everything. Oh, it's so good, dude. The gore in this movie is so fucking amazing. So good. Like, I'll even make a statement here, fucking, I love Suspiria more than anything. But the dog fucking kill scene in that, it's got nothing on this scene. Like, this is the dog scene, man, of a dog killing its owner. This is the scene. Like, that is such great gore effects. Then we get that awesome shot with when they're driving away from the hotel, and you see all the zombies in each window, like walking past the windows. That's such a cool shot. What a great shot that is. Then Liza, when they're at the hospital, when she gets pulled through the wall by the zombies, that's a nice little jump scare. Like I've said on the channel many times, I do not like jump scares, especially like in modern movies and horror movies today that has fucking violent cues to let you know that it's happening and be like, you be scared now. Like, like I hate that. Fucking, but that's how you do a fucking jump scare. Fucking with her just being, the wall getting broken by the zombies and grab her and stuff. Awesome. Then he starts shooting at her. Not at her. He starts shooting at the zombies and everything and shooting them in the head. It looks awesome. But I'll tell you one thing. That first shot that hits the zombie in the arm, there's no way he made that shot without shooting Liza's fucking face off. If you look at the angle, if you watch that scene and you look at the angle that he's shooting from and where she's placed and everything, and like where the zombie's arm is placed, there's no way he's making that shot. That shot would have hit her and exploded her face off. Like, I don't know, just another little bonus for you guys out there. But no way he would have made that shot without killing her instantly. Like, but awesome scenes. Awesome stuff with the zombies, and just he shoots all the zombies in the head like perfectly. Great shots. Then like when we see that's Shrek's body, right? Shriek, Shrek, fuck you, whatever. When he's the most decomposed one, basically, and when he's walking towards them, he shoots all the other zombies in the head, which seems to work perfectly. But then he shoots Shrek like 4 or 5 times in the chest. Why? Like, why didn't he just shoot him in the head like every other zombie? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. That's strange. He shoots them all in the head, but then when it comes to like Shrek, he just decides, all right, I'm just fuck the head. I'm just gonna shoot him in his fucking corpsey chest 4 or 5 times, see if that works. And it doesn't. He keeps coming. But then Jill, when she turns wide-eyed again and she tries attacking Liza, and then he shoots fucking Jill in the face and her face just explodes. That is fucking awesome, man. That is probably my favorite fucking gore shot in this movie. Even with how short it is, the way it's edited, like it looks so fucking gnarly. That looks so awesome. It's just the way that like the middle of her face just explodes and her head just shoots back, like awesome. Looks so good. Then they end up back under the hotel, which reminds me of like Grave Encounters too, or like 1408. Like when they're in the one place and they think they're out, and then they go down an elevator, or like in 1408 when the post office gets broken around him, and then he's back in the room, or in Grave Encounters too, they're back in the asylum. I don't know, it always kind of, they all remind me of each other like that, of being in one location and then just all of a sudden you're back in the location you don't want to be in. Like, awesome stuff. Then let's just go into the bright white light in the wall, knowing that there's a gate of hell, a gate leading to hell down here. Let's just walk into the bright light to see what happens. I don't know. I don't get this whole ending either, man. Just like City of the Living Dead. Like when they walk through there, they walk through the white light, and so it's like a purgatory of some sort, I'm guessing. Like, and it's just like the painting that Shrek that Shrek made in room 36. So is it implying they're like stuck in like a purgatory state or something like that? I don't fucking know. Like, is the gateway still open? Presumably. I mean, what did they do? They didn't do anything to shut the gateway, to close it. Nothing. So it's still open, I guess? And is this like hell? Doesn't look like hell. It just looks like a purgatory state. And then their eyes turn white. And that's it. That's the end. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Like with most of his movies, man, like there's just shit that I have no clue. And if you want to explain it to me, feel free, because I would love to hear an explanation, because I don't really look like behind the scenes and shit for like Italian horror movies for some reason. Like, I don't, it's strange. Like certain movies, like slasher movies from the 80s and stuff, I'll check out like behind the scenes and stuff like that. Or like favorite franchises of mine, like Evil Dead and fucking like Child's Play that I just covered, and like all like stuff like that. Like I'll look at like IMDb's like behind the scenes shit, or like watch like a behind the scenes like documentary on like YouTube every now and again. But like for some reason I don't check them out on Italian stuff, which I definitely should, I guess, if I want an answer to the endings of these last two movies. But it doesn't make any sense to me at all. But I guess they're in some type of purgatory. That's the way I interpret it. So if anyone has a better interpretation or knows what the fuck is going on, let me know, because I'd definitely like to know. Like, especially after how many times I've seen this movie, I would love to know what happens. And even especially, like I said at the end of the last video, if anyone knows what the hell that is about at the end of City of the Living Dead with John running at the screen, and them freaking out even though he looks just like John, then the screen just breaks apart and that's the end. Like, please, please, man, give me an explanation, because I have no clue what that means either. Like, more so than this. Like, I can live with my interpretation of the end of the Beyond. City of the Living Dead, I don't have a fucking clue what that means. Nope. Like, not an idea. So if anyone has an explanation for either of those, just leave it in the comments. Let me know. We can discuss it, because I would love to hear other people's opinions and interpretations on that. But that is The Beyond, my favorite Fulci film by far. And we just have Cemetery. That's it. It's called Cemetery. That's it. Fuck you. That's one title. One word. House by the Cemetery, I'll be doing next. I might have it up tonight. What time is it? 2 in the morning? Maybe. If not, it'll be up in the morning. And then I was watching Popcorn the other night. A slasher film from like 1991. Somebody recommended it to me a while ago. I'd never seen it. And I fell asleep like halfway through it. But it was funny. It was a fun little time. So I'll probably just rewatch that whole thing tomorrow and have a video up on that also. So House by the Cemetery, Popcorn, those two are coming. And take it from there. See what comes after that. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Take care. Have a good night, morning, wherever you're from.